What's up, guys? It's Ryan here of Ryan Edit Photography. Hope you guys are all doing well and safe. Welcome to another video. And today we're gonna talk about this certain image and walk you through how I edited it in Lightroom and a little bit in Photoshop. So here we go. First off, I would ask you guys if you could please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video. Also leave a comment. What do you guys think about this video? If you have future suggestions, just let me know in the comments below. You could also find me on Instagram at Ryan Edda Photo, also on Facebook at Ryan Edda Photography. All right, let's get to it. So for this particular image, let's open it up in Lightroom. So this is the final image, right? So we have our EXIF data, f13, ISO 250, at 24 millimeters, 1/200th of a second. So a little bit of introduction on how this photo was conceptualized. So I had all the bridal party and I had them on this gazebo, which is a popular spot at this particular venue, which is called the Waterworks at Chesapeake. And the sun was at a perfect spot. So we have it here coming down, and their cocktail hour was about to end. This reception was about to start. And I had my assistant with a mag box. Shout out to MagMod. Without their amazing tools, it would have to be a little bit more challenging to be creative. So we had the mag box that we were using with the focus diffuser, and then had it positioned correctly, and then got our settings, had everybody posed beautifully. And I went down in a little bit of lower angle because, as you know, when you're shooting for a heroic kind of look, lowering your camera angle really helps. That makes a difference. Because if you think about it, if you're watching like Game of Thrones or something, if you ever notice people that are high up in their, like the kings and the queens, they're always in elevated spaces. Why? Because when you're looking up, it really gives off somewhat of that heroic feel, and then that feeling of, I guess, like, you know, superiority or kind of regalness to them, right? So let's find. So when I was editing this video, it generated a few, I made a few mistakes and it created a few versions, but I guess it'll be good so we could actually see the versions. All right. So let's start off with, this is the base image, right? Well, this is the base image. So without all these adjustments made, like here, this is the original image. So you could see the softbox firing, and then this is the background. So first adjustments that were made was when I imported, there was a bit of presets that just tweak this basic panel, nothing else. And then I think it was synchronized. That adjusted a little bit of contrast here on the tone curve panel, and adjusting some of the colors. And then we remove, I guess, a little bit of fringe in there. And then auto straighten, you could see the angle tilted. So that's what we did. And then cropped in a little bit more. And then we adjusted the highlights, brought it down, shadows, and then a preset that we have for the skin tones, adjusted it a little bit here. Either it's in the saturation and the luminance. And then we have a little bit of sharpening added to it here in the sharpening panel. And then white clipping, black clipping, added a little bit of vibrance, a little bit of clarity. And then we started brushing away, which is called dodge and burn, a technique where you're brightening up certain spots, like selective brushing on certain parts of the image, our couple here and people here on the side, because the flash, the off-camera flash kind of illuminated a little bit more this side than this side. So we're trying to even it out. And then adjusted the highlights again. And then as we were adding our brush strokes, so I was doing this a lot in Lightroom, adjusted the crop again. I was getting undecisive. And adjustment, added the brush stroke, saturation, and then color tint, saturation again. Most of the time I was just playing with the sliders, seeing how I want the image to look. So color temperature, I was checking the white balance, adding another brush stroke. So you can see, adding in another brush stroke, brightening up this person over here. And then we added a preset that we used. This is Michael Anthony's presets. This is the old version. So shout out to Michael Anthony Photography for his presets. When I attended this workshop, they gave away students with his presets, so I'm using it. So this is just more brush strokes. So this preset was a Flash HDR. And adding the brush strokes, like sectioning it off what I want, how I want it to even up. So you could just see I was brushing in here and I keep looking at the image. And then subtracting and adding carefully, making sure, you know, the lighting is even all throughout. When I shot it, I made sure I preserved, you know, I didn't go too low on the highlights, like overexposing the background so much. I make sure there's still some detail left. And it was just more brush strokes on the subjects just to make sure. And then we lowered down, so from here, and then we went, changed the highlights a little bit. These are all like in brush adjustments. The exposure adjustment of the brush. If we go here on the brushes, you could see that's the brush, and that's how precise we went on the brush. You could see where I brushed. And exposure adjustment, that's on the brush as well. And then that was the Lightroom stage. And then we made, there was a, I don't know what's this one, a copy created. No, I think that was just a virtual copy. So we moved on to the next one, which was here. Here, when it was brought to Photoshop, when we did the edits. So again, this was shot with a mag box. And then maybe we could look at Photoshop, what was done to it. Let's switch over to Photoshop. And I guess we'll start here from the background. All right. So hold Option. So this is when we brought it to Photoshop, right? We made a copy. And then we kind of burned the background a little bit. And then, so what I did was, if you remember, there was a leaf around here. I didn't think lent to anything in the image, so I took it out, some basic cloning, and then we added contrast effect, Silver Effects Pro, and then we added some hue saturation to this part of the image, to the dress, added the diffuse glow to brighten up the skin a little bit, and then brightness and contrast, add contrast a little bit to the scene, right? And we kind of add some like saturation to the, and then we added a vignette, and then we added a little bit of color more to the sun, and that's how it was on the at the Photoshop side of things. So let's go back to Lightroom. So we're back to Lightroom. So after this one, let's see, happen. Now there was just more brushing involved on the final image. So from, let's see. So before and after. And I think I just made another, just lower down the exposure and brushed over here so you could turn your focus more here in this, in the subjects. So that was before, brought out detail in the image after. All right, so that's our breakdown of this particular image that we edited. So those were a lot of steps, but I hope you guys get an idea how that image was edited from start to finish to the final product. That was one of my favorite bridal party shots of 2019. So that's like a really special image. And I think it was in the MagMod community and got a lot of love. So shout out to MagMod. And if you guys know, MagMod is running a sale, 30% off sale in their website. So check them out. Also, On top of the 30% off, you can get another 5% off if you use my coupon code here. My coupon code, use this one at checkout, and you get an additional 5% on top of the 30% off that they are having on sale. I think for orders $50 and above. So check them out. One of my favorite tools to use in weddings, wedding photography, are the mag mods. With it, the mag box, the mag sphere, mag grid, all of that. I hope you guys found some good post-production techniques, tips, how to take your image up to, you know, up notch, or just enhance it or give it a different look. Of course, that's why we shoot raw, so we could have more post-production leeway in adjustments and enhancements. So thank you guys again for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, this is Ryan of Ryan Eda Photography. If you could please hit the like button, subscribe, share, leave a comment in the channel. What do you guys think? If you guys want me to do more of these image editing breakdowns for you, let me know in the comments. You could give me a follow on Instagram, send me a DM at Ryan Eda Photo, also on Facebook at Ryan Eda Photo. All right, thank you guys. Stay safe and healthy. This is Ryan again. Talk to you guys soon, and ciao. Hope you guys are all doing well, doing great, and staying safe and healthy. And